video? Numb, deaf and dumb. Say all together, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay. Children, do you have any doubt regarding the topics related to the chapter? Explaining the revision. Have a doubt whether to study this or you the points which I indicated during the class and things which is related to that you study. John, chapter 1 and chapter 2, which are what are the things we discussed, printer notes and all that. Clear? Okay. So keep that in your mind and you start studying. And in the case of relation, think direction. First is distance, second object is in which direction. According to that only that problem minus plus. That are the things you have to be noted. Also, when moving up, because the motion is against the gravity. Similarly, when an object is moving on a straight line, suppose it reduces the speed, then it will have negative acceleration. When we increase the speed, it will have positive acceleration. Increasing the speed means velocity increasing. Decreasing the speed. So speed with the direction. Speed with the direction is known as velocity. Don't forget. Speed with the direction is known as velocity. Simply you say the distance traveled by an object. It is speed in unit time. So think about that. So if I mention speed and all, it is actually velocity because it is mentioned the direction. A speed of an object increases from 2 meter per second to 3 meter per second in next 2 seconds. Actually what I am indicating that velocity. Not only that, in that physics chapter. Okay, that's how even we study speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. Still, say speed, velocity as the same. When in a problem, it is showing that reducing or decreasing, a body starts from rest or body come to stop. When you mention like this, a body starts from rest, speed is increasing or velocity increasing, that's the point. When body comes to rest, body negative acceleration. And one more thing I would like to, 9th standard we said negative acceleration also known as retardation or acceleration also known as retardation or acceleration. Okay, so sometimes in the question find the retardation. Actually
Ma'am, retardation is also known as
negative acceleration. It is a name of another name of negative acceleration, retardation. That's the meaning of it, retardation.
Ma'am.
Deceleration, another word, deceleration, D-E-C-C. D-E-C-C-E-L-E-R-A-T-I-O. Deceleration.
Ma'am.
Yes.
If acceleration is minus 10 meter per second.
Meter per second square.
Then will retardation be 10 meter per second square or minus 10 meter per second square?
Retardation. When you write the answer, minus 10 meter per second square. Okay. That's why your answer. Minus 10 means the minus sign indicate that when you do the problem, if you take magnitude of negative acceleration, answer is 10 only. Magnitude, how do you know? Take modulus. You remember, no? In maths. But when you do, numerically when you do, you will get the answer in minus 10. So that minus indicate it is negatively accelerating.
Okay, ma'am.
one object is moving in one direction, another object is coming to the second direction, then one of the answer according to that, that is velocity of the A same direction, but B is in opposite direction, then velocity of B with respect to A will be negative. Why? Because B is coming minus 1000 or minus 500 minus depending upon it. So that negative sign indicates the direction because magnitude vector
Ma'am,
contains
there's some
magnitude.
disturbance in between.
Clear? So as like objective type questions can ask, select the
Ma'am, there's some disturbance.
correct, some vibration,
Yes, ma'am.
some breathe.
No, for Michael.
From Michael's microphone.
Someone is having something like that? 1 minute, let me switch off. Let me see whether it is because of the fan. I just see. Okay. Are you getting vibration now?
No, ma'am.
That means the fan here. Sorry. The fan may be making it to vibrate the sound. Okay, clear. So that's it. Shall I now proceed with the next chapter, children? Any doubt regarding the portions? So remember all those things. Majority, you have problem with the negative sign. So please solve it. Okay. Everyone on the video, please. Malavika, all these students, so many. Huh? So many of you, your video is off. This has happened whenever I share the board, some of you will switch off the video. When I come back, only five or six students will be there. So we are moving into the second chapter, fourth chapter, chapter 4, motion in a plane.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, Anna is in the waiting room.
Oh, okay. Let others join there first. I think all joined. So, motion in a plane. Chapter 4, motion in a plane. So here, mainly we are going to study little more maths again here. Representation of the quantities in terms of vector. Okay, so motion in a plane, it is a two-dimensional motion. Two-dimensional motion. It is a two-dimensional motion. And you see that when you talk about straight line motion, you have either or positive or negative values, either increasing or decreasing. Two directions. Okay. But in case of two-dimensional motion, no, some problem? Okay. No, it's okay. 1 minute. So two-dimensional motion means, apart from the straight line motion, we also think about an object is rotating. For example, a tire of a moving vehicle, tire of a moving car. This is a two-dimensional motion. How can be two-dimensional motion? Though you can see that when the car is moving on a road, it is a straight line motion. You can see. But at the same, look at the rotation of the tire. So without tire, you cannot move the car. Correct. So when four tires move together, it moves in forward or back, forward. If you reduce the speed, it will go with less velocity. If you increase the speed, it go with more velocity. Correct. But in both the cases, it's a straight line motion. Correct. But in the case of two-dimensional motion, you talk about the tire. It also moves forward. At the same time, tire is rotating its own axis. So that is why it is two-dimensional motion. So did you get that idea? So motion in one dimension, you have only one direction, either upward or downward, either forward or backward. Okay. There is no rotation such as. Rotation is not at all mentioned in a straight line motion. But in the case of two-dimensional motion, there is a translational motion. Translational motion means our straight line motion. At the same time, the tire is rotating by itself. So that is known as two-dimensional motion. It's an example, tire of a moving car. Another one is planets revolving around the sun. Planets revolving around the sun. Or Earth is rotating around the sun. Earth is rotating around the sun. Planets revolving around the sun, Earth is rotating around the sun. Why planets revolving around the sun? Atul, are you there? Can you tell me the reason? Why do we say planets revolving around the sun is a two-dimensional motion? According to your logic, before I explain, what do we say? Any idea? Krishna Chandran, are you okay? Okay. So, Gauri, can you tell me, why do we say that planets revolving around the sun is a two-dimensional motion? So, I already explained to you tire. So, think about planets, what are the motion involved in that? Can you tell me in your own words? Say whether it's a right or wrong. Don't worry. Okay, then only we grow.
Because while revolving around the sun, it also rotates in its own axis.
Very good, Gayatri. It is Gauri, but Gayatri is answered. Gauri, are you saying something I could hear? I could not hear. Did you say Gauri? Let me come to Gauri. Gauri, tell me what you are trying to tell me. I think your audio has a problem. I can't hear you. Your lip movement I can see, but I'm not able to hear you. But Gayatri said I could hear you. I could hear her. Okay, no problem. Nandana, what's your idea about this planets revolving around the sun?
Same as Gayatri.
Hmm?
Same as Gayatri. It moves along its same axis.
Majority agree with that?
Yes. Ma'am.
Yes, that's all. Because if you think about a circular motion, the planets are revolving around the sun at the same time. This is in direction is changing at every time. When a ball is rotating and a fan is rotating, at every point of it, direction changing. At the same time, in the case of a planets, they are rotating by themselves. So that is why it is a two-dimensional motion. So every motion in the space, majority of the motion of the any asteroids, you can say comets, everything, it is involved two-dimensional motion. Two-dimensional, sometimes it's three-dimensional. Three-dimensional, you can say the exploding of a star. You know, the universe is every time evolving. You already studied our Big Bang theory and all. Correct. So that is every second, fraction of second, even we are in the space. Do you believe we are in the space? Do you believe? Yes. Is that so? Do you agree with that, everyone? Yeah. But since you are on the surface of the earth, you don't feel it that you are rotating around the sun. Because of earth mass is greater than our mass. So you don't feel it. So 9th standard you learn universal law of gravitation. Every object in the universe attract each other, but you don't feel it. You attract the table, you attract the chair in front of you, and the table also attracts you, but you don't feel it because your mass is negligible to earth. Because when the table is trying to come towards you, earth is pulling us and the table and objects around us simultaneously towards its center. The same thing happens. So for us, we are on one side of the earth. When you look up, you think that is sky. We are already in the space, but you don't feel it. That's the reason. That's the reason. Similarly, if someone in the space look at the earth, that person also feel it like that. Huh? He is not in the space, but the earth is rotating. So that's a feeling. So that's a, any object motion in the universe. Exploding of stars. Stars exploding means it is not in one direction. It's a random direction, just like a atomic bomb explosion. So it's exploded, and then the particle of the stars are made up of gases, no? So these particles of the gases will be spread everywhere. So particles moving, even it is not visible to us, particle is moving in different direction. So when the star explode, maybe electrons are split into proton and neutron. Proton may be turned into electron, or neutron turned into electron proton. So this we'll study in +2. There's a nuclear atomic physics, volume 2 is there. In that, apart from this electrons, protons, neutrons, we have a lot of particles around us. I already mentioned about physical world. Yeah, muons, bosons, positrons. Yeah, positrons, kaons, pions. So mainly 3 particles. Atom, mainly 3 particles: protons, electrons, and neutrons. But due to some instability in the nucleus, there are sometimes the atoms are split into nuclear fission. No, nuclear fission, you know, split into different things. So these are examples. So it's a 2-dimensional and even 3-dimensional motion can take place. But in our practical life, only few things which exhibit 2-dimensional motion. Okay, 3-dimensional motion mainly happen in the space or in vacuum. So we don't face 3-dimensional motion. So our physics mainly related with the 1-dimensional and 2-dimensional motion. So 2-dimensional, what is happening in our daily life is, one is rotation of the fan, rotation of the tire, yeah, and mills, you know, all the machines, grinding machines, all type of motion which exhibit circular motion, they are in a 2-dimensional motion. So clear example you remember. Clear example you remember in our daily life is the rotation of the tire. When the car moves, rotation of the tire, because it exhibits translational motion. At the same time, it is rotating by itself about its axis. Okay. So when you go to the next chapter, you talk of system of particles and all, you will come to know more about this 2-dimensional motion. Okay. So this chapter, we will learn basically what are the things you have to consider when you talk about 2-dimensional motion. So we are going to study that mainly 2-dimensional motion, we use a lot of vectors, vector quantities. Angular acceleration, you know. But when the fan is rotating, acceleration of the fan become angular acceleration. Why? The fan is rotating around a 360 degree. One rotation is 360 degree. So we will talk about that. Okay. So first we will learn the basic representation of the vector. So first heading of the motion. So you understood what is motion in 2-dimension. Now we are moving on to the next first point. First part of this chapter is full of theory. All these theory parts you have to study. So first word is representation of vector. How can we represent a vector quantity? Okay. So these are the theory. A vector can be represented with an arrow. A vector can be represented with an arrow head. With an arrowhead. So this is the first point. How can you represent arrow? So for example, velocity. Velocity we represent, it's a vector quantity. So how do we represent velocity? We put arrow. Next we have force. These are examples of vectors. Force. Then we have momentum. This all you have learned in 9th standard. Momentum. Acceleration. Okay. So every time you may not draw this line, sometimes we just draw. To talk about displacement, something more.
Ma'am,
Yes?
so gravity.
Gravity, gravitational force.
Ah, yeah, gravitational force.
It's a type of force, correct?
Okay.
It's a type of force. Understood? 8th standard you learn now contact force and non-contact force. So gravitational force is a non-contact force. Any type of force, electromagnetic force, any type of force is a vector quantity. And in that, there is a meaning. It is not simply one arrow. Each arrow has a meaning. So this longest part of the arrow, actually it indicates the magnitude of the quantity. So the length of arrow, physics, you have learned vector algebra in maths, but in physics it has a significance. Length of arrow indicates magnitude of the quantity, magnitude of the physical quantity. Length of arrow indicate magnitude of the physical quantity. For example, a vector quantity A, another vector quantity B. Okay, these are the two vector quantities. Can you tell me which is having more magnitude by looking at the arrow? Achyut? A is this, B is this. Which?
A, ma'am.
Which one is having?
A.
A. So how you identify A as a more
Longer arrow.
so length of the arrow. Okay. So here A has more magnitude. More magnitude means value. It may be, suppose it is indicator velocity. It may be 20 meter per second square and B may be 10 meter per second square. So like that. So A has more magnitude, or we can say A has 20 meter per second square, and this is simply I am writing 10 meter per second square. Okay. So this is how we indicate vector quantities. By looking at the arrow, you will able to understand it is a vector. It's a vector. Usually we also represent with the alphabets like that. OP. OP is vector A. You just write OP is the vector A like that. Sometimes you will see you have name it. It has not much significance, but just if you say OP is a vector, OB is a vector. So just like that. Okay. And what's the meaning of arrowhead? So this is the meaning of length of this arrow. Next point, arrowhead. So magnitude is over. So arrowhead will indicate what? What is vector quantity?
Direction.
Not Gayatri, others all are sitting here. Nia, are you there? I have not seen Nia so far. Can you on the video, everyone? This has happened. Once I share the thing, everyone goes off. Not Dia, Nia. Dia I know, Nia I don't know. Nia, can you show the face? 1 month is over. You just imagine a teacher's plight. Cannot identify the face because online. Yes. Okay. Nia, now tell me what is the definition of vector quantities?
It's represented with an arrowhead.
No, just give me definition. This is, I am not talking about this. Definition of vector quantity.
I don't know, ma'am.
You don't know. Okay. Aditya, can you repeat? I come to Nia. Nia, don't switch off the video.
Ma'am, magnitude with direction.
Can you repeat, Nia? What is vector quantity?
Vector quantity is the magnitude with direction.
Yeah. So far we have already studied magnitude. Now arrowhead will indicate what? So magnitude is already learned. So arrowhead of the vector will be represent. Now you can tell me, instead of me telling, you can guess and tell me what will be that.
Direction.
Yes, very good. Arrowhead will indicate direction of quantity. Okay. For example, A is moving. Vector A is moving. So vector A represent like this. What does it mean? This arrow means the motion of the object is this way, slantingly upward. That's the meaning of it. Example. So according to this, the physical quantity. So this is some representation. In physics, usually we use lot of letters and symbols. So this is one of the symbols. Physical quantity, according to this, the physical quantity moves or points in upward direction, we can say with a tilt. This is not our own phrase, okay? This is our own phrase.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, so when we say about direction, instead of up and down, can we also say like north, east, west and all?
That will be said, but that will be told in case of magnetism only. Mechanics, we don't use north, east, west, south. Okay. So in mechanics, because we are discussing mechanics, we always discuss in terms of upward or downward direction only. We don't say north, south, west, east. Okay. But there are some max, I think, aeroplane, the promotion of the aeroplane. Yeah. So aeroplane is located at the northwest region of this. Do you study that one? What do you call for that? You learned elevation and all that is, no? Did you study in 10th standard?
Trigonometry.
Trigonometry or no? Not trigonometry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Mathematics.
Application of trigonometry.
Application of trigonometry. Can you tell me what that is? Elevation, angle of elevation, no?
Yeah.
No, something like, no? Tower is slanting like that.
Yes.
So, depending upon the situations, like when you talk about the inclination of the tower, or a person who is standing on the top of the tower looked at a object slanting with an angle 30 degree north. Okay. In that case, we use the direction north, south, west, east. So it's a two-dimensional. But in these cases, like straight line motion as well as motion of an object, car and all, usually we don't say north and south. But aeroplane location, we tell aeroplane, the jet airways of it is locating, or it is standing still in the air, waiting for the signal from down in the northwest direction of Delhi, northeast direction of this, that we use. So like that we say. Max, you have that, but I forgot. I don't know, you must have remembered like that something. No, which I think it is 10th standard, you must have studied. Okay, in that we uses that one. Clear? Okay, so it is according to the physical quantity, the arrowhead points the direction. Okay, next, how can you find the magnitude? See, when I say a vector A has magnitude so and so. So usually to find out if you want to find out the magnitude, you have to remove this vector sign. That is the application. So what we do means modulus of A. We use mathematics. Modulus of vector A is equal to 10. Or modulus of velocity is equal to, we can say 20 meter per second square. So when you take the modulus, this becomes symbol V. If you use the modulus, this vector sign moves out and it will become symbol A. Okay. So acceleration, value of acceleration. So this is 20 meter per second. Acceleration, you can say 5 meter per second squared. This has become a magnitude, AVA. So when you write AVA without arrowhead, this become now magnitude. Clear? So if you represent A with this arrow, it indicates it's a vector quantity. Now you want to take the magnitude of that vector quantity. Just like max, we have to apply the max. So you take the modulus and you get it A is equal to 5 meter per second squared. So usually we simply write everyone, even it is said the vector, we simply write A is equal to 5 meter per second squared. We don't use every time vector A is equal to 5 meter. No, we write it A is equal to 5 meter per second squared. So how you write this VASX after removing the vector? This is how. So it is a modulus. So magnitude can be find out. So you can write down the magnitude of the vector A can be written as the magnitude of vector A can be written as A is equal to A. Like that you write. Magnitude of vector A is equal to can be written as modulus of vector A is equal to A. Yeah. So this is the basic of vector quantities. How can we represent a vector quantity with the direction and magnitude? And in an arrow, the length of the arrow is indicate the magnitude, and direction indicate the arrowhead. Okay. So by looking at the size of that arrow or length, you can find out which quantity has more magnitude. Suppose the value is not given, then you can say which quantity has more magnitude. Now we are moving on to the same representation you can say for various situations. So according to that, we are moving on to types of vectors. Types of vectors. So these are max only. So you only have to study. Without a derivation, we are going to study mathematical things. So next heading, types of vectors. First type, you are going to study equal vectors. So equal vectors means two quantities. Quantities means vector quantity. Two quantities with the same magnitude and same direction. So they are known as equal vectors. Same magnitude and same direction. That means example, OP indicate vector A. So draw two vectors like this with the same length. Already told you, length indicate the magnitude. So both have a same. So this you can write OM. Okay, OM, no, I'll give you another name. So this is OP. This you can write QR. So these are the two. QR is vector B. Okay. So when you draw it, please draw with the same length, same direction. Then it is equal vectors. Okay. Number 2, negative vectors. Negative vectors means negative acceleration. Some quantities which is having opposite direction, we call negative vector. So a vector is said to be negative. A vector is said to be negative. If its magnitude is same as of second vector but opposite direction. but in opposite direction. When you talk about relative velocity, A is moving one direction, Chalakudi to Mala. B is coming from Mala to Chalakudi. So Mala to Chalakudi become a negative vector. Okay. So displacement of Mala to Chalakudi is become a negative vector. Suppose you take Mala to Chalakudi is positive, then Chalakudi to Mala, another bus is coming simultaneously. Then displacement is same, velocity is same. Then we can consider it is negative vector. So example, you can draw it. Again, same thing, OP, vector A, same magnitude, but what is the happening? Arrowhead should show opposite. So it is now QR. So which is the negative vector? B is negative vector. If you consider B is positive, then A become negative vector. So it is fully depend upon you. So instead of that, we can write it here. Magnitude of A is equal to magnitude of B. They have the same magnitude. Okay. A is equal to, we can write this way also, because they are same magnitude. So modulus of A is equal to modulus of B. So A is equal to minus B. Why minus B? When you take modulus, we don't write minus. We just write A is equal to B. But now I am writing here minus because of indicate it's a negative vector. Okay. So usually sometimes we don't show the arrowhead. We simply strike it like this on the top. So that way also, and at the beginning you study like that, then afterwards we can cut off the arrowhead, no problem. Okay. Now third one is collinear vectors. I think max you have studied collinear, coplanar. So that else comes in physics. So in this case, it is not necessary. Both will have the same magnitude or same direction, but they should be parallel. Okay. So what is the collinear vectors? So vectors are parallel to one another, with same magnitude or different magnitude. So it is not necessary it should have same magnitude every time. Sometimes it can be different magnitude. Similarly, direction also. Magnitude with the same magnitude or different magnitude, and same direction or opposite direction. It's not necessary it should be same magnitude. Sometimes same magnitude, it can be opposite direction. Maybe same direction, but it will have another magnitude. Magnitude may be same. So for example, you can write 2, 3. One is moving in the same, one after the another. This is a collinear vectors. Even they are not parallel like this. They are not parallel one after the other. They can be the same direction. This way also we can say they are in parallel. Another example, we can say, so it's not necessary the.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you explain again why the arrowhead is drawn under A?
And arrowhead is drawn under
A. Below A.
Below A. Where it is? This one, OP.
No, ma'am. Example.
In example, which example? Is the first negative vector one or which one you wanted?
In collinear vectors, first example.
That I am just writing that the value is, it's not under or below. It doesn't matter. Okay. When I draw the arrow, I am writing the which vector, which quantity. That is this A and B. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then second one, A and B. Why this? This is how it is like this. This is like this means they both are moving in two different roads parallel to one another. Okay, two buses are moving in the same road, like both sides they are moving the same direction. And I tell you what is the difference between 1 and 2. In 1 and 2, just like a car is moving in front and your bike is moving behind it. Okay, in the same direction or with the same magnitude. So that just like a traffic, traffic, we go very slowly. So one after the another, that is how this example is like this. And indication of second example means both are moving simultaneously on the same road, like left road and right road, both are moving in the same direction. So that is why this example indicates collinear vectors. Another collinear opposite direction it can be. So you can write one is like this, one is. So what does it mean? One is negative vector, another one is a positive vector, but they both are moving parallel to one another in 9. These two are moving parallel to one another. They are in opposite direction. Magnitude is different, but still they are collinear vectors. Okay? Okay, children, did you complete it? Any doubt regarding so far? Simple, no? It's a basic, okay? On the basis only we are going to the further. So just like chapter 3rd, these are not very difficult, very easy. We can finish very fast this chapter. So chapter 3rd, please make note of it. Nicely you study. 9th standard, you did not study that. Okay, but +1, please study that. Okay, so we will meet in the next session. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.